Hello Cowboys Nation! Let's go for another round of Dallas Cowboys news, but first leave your like so you don't miss any news from your team. Cowboys' likely decision on QB deal revealed amid rumors. The Dallas Cowboys have three quarterbacks who are likely to have appeal in the league, generating plenty of trade rumors in the NFL. With Dak Prescott heading for a possible extension, the focus turns to the futures of Trey Lance and Cooper Rush. Even so, Sports Illustrated's Mike Fisher believes there's a good chance the Cowboys will keep all three quarterbacks this offseason. Keep in mind that Dallas gave up a fourth-round pick to the San Francisco 49ers to sign Lance before the season started. It's been written that Dallas will have to make a choice about keeping Lance around or not, Fisher noted in a January 5, 2024 column titled Rumor, Cowboys will trade Dak Prescott backup QB Cooper Rush or Trey Lance, 10 truths inside the Star. In fact, according to Contracts website SpotTrack, Lance is on the Cowboys roster bubble in 2024. That's false. He's an asset if not as a third-string QB, assuming he doesn't beat out Rush next summer, then in a trade, as long as Dallas gets more than a fourth-round pick for him. Dallas won't pick up Trey Lance's fifth-year option for 2025. Lance's cap hit of $5.3 million is reasonable for 2024, but admittedly a high price for a third-string quarterback. Rush's deal is more affordable, costing $2.8 million for next season, and is worth watching to see if the Cowboys at least take calls about a possible deal for either quarterback. ESPN's Todd Archer reported on October 4 that the Cowboys would not exercise Lance's fifth-year option in 2025. The Cowboys will not exercise the fifth-year option next spring on Lance for 2025, as it would cost more than $25 million, but they could work on a short-term extension for him if they like what they see in training camp this season and in the preseason next year. Archer detailed in a story titled What the Cowboys Saw in Trey Lance and What's Next for the Former 49ers QB. Fisher added that the Cowboys intend to keep Lance beyond the 2024 season, but want to find a more reasonable price than the potential $25 million cost of the fifth-year option. Dallas could try to sign Lance to a new deal. In October, we reported on Cowboys rumors that suggested the team intended to keep Lance in place, Fisher added. Dallas could offer Lance a long-term deal to stay here and inherit not Dak's job, but that of Rush. He might say no. In his early 20s and as a former first-round pick, would he really want to give up his dream of being an NFL starting QB? Probably not. But Dallas is going to try. The Cowboys source is responding to rumors that the Cowboys will explore Lance's departure this offseason. SpotTrack's Michael Giannitti had Lance on the roster bubble, a surprise given that the quarterback's salary is already guaranteed through 2024. There's nothing cutting Lance would save Dallas other than an additional roster spot. Lance's entire $5.3 million salary for 2024 is fully guaranteed, Giannitti detailed in a December 22 article entitled 2024 NFL Roster Bubble Players. It's hard to imagine him being tradable, again, so Dallas makes him an above-average paid QB2 next season or pays him to leave. The notion that Lance isn't tradable is also debatable, given the need for defenders in the league. Lance is only 23 and has been a starter in just 4 games. As a former number 3 pick, it's reasonable to think that some teams would be interested in kicking the tires on Lance's upside. Green Bay Packers receive unfortunate injury news ahead of Dallas Cowboys game. The Green Bay Packers head into Sunday's NFC wildcard playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys as huge underdogs. For Green Bay, the responsibility will fall on their defense to contain the Cowboys' attack, which was absolutely dominant at home during the regular season, 36.1 points per game. Unfortunately for the Pack, it looks like one of their best defensive players may not be available for the game. Speaking to the media on Thursday, head coach Matt LaFleur indicated that star cornerback Jaire Alexander suffered a freak ankle injury during practice the previous day. It was a weird deal yesterday, LaFleur told reporters. We did mostly running and he stepped on someone's foot and twisted his ankle. He's doing everything he can to be available. I'd say it's day to day. Alexander was limited to 7 games during the regular season due to a shoulder injury and a mandatory 1-game suspension. But he's still the best cover guy. It's not close. Before an injury-plagued 2023 campaign, Alexander played like a paralyzed guy. That included earning a QB rating of just 63.7 when projected in 2022. Not great. Green Bay has the task of facing a group of wide receivers led by Pro Bowl starter CeeDee Lamb. He was absolutely dominant during the regular season, recording 135 receptions for 1,749 yards and 12 touchdowns. Quarterback Dak Prescott was also great, especially at home. He threw 22 touchdowns compared to 3 interceptions for a 120.0 QB rating inside AT&T Stadium. If Alexander isn't able to go for the Packers, that will put them behind the proverbial 8 ball. Corey Ballentine would probably be the starter. Although he performed well during the regular year, 81.2 QB rating allowed, it's not an ideal scenario. Green Bay Packers receive injury update on A.J. Dillon for playoff game against Dallas Cowboys. The Green Bay Packers held their second practice of the week on Thursday, but A.J. Dillon was unable to prepare due to the neck injury that prevented him from playing in last week's game against the Chicago Bears and is now in danger of missing Sunday's wildcard clash against the Dallas Cowboys. Dillon was seen stretching with the team at the start of practice, but returned to rehab during individual drills. Failure to record repetitions for the second day in a row raises questions about his availability on Sunday against the Cowboys. Dillon will have one more chance to log a practice before Green Bay makes a decision on his status. If he can't prepare for Sunday, expect Patrick Taylor to log extra snaps as Aaron Jones' backup. Aaron Jones, who has rushed for at least 110 yards in his last 3 games, logged a limited practice on Thursday after being listed on the injury report with a knee and finger injury. Jones may be without fellow defensive back A.J. Dillon for the wildcard clash against Dallas, which would put him in line to be the workhorse once again. Jones had a total of 27 touches against Chicago and was a big part of their offensive success last Sunday, scrambling for several important first downs throughout the game, which helped secure their spot in the playoffs. In his 3 career games against the Cowboys, Jones carried the ball 62 times for 370 yards and 6 touchdowns. While Dillon may be in danger of missing the contest, there is some comfort in knowing that Jones has had success against Dallas throughout his career and could be in line for another big game on Sunday if his knee and finger are ready. Why Erin Andrews' Hearts Cowboys playoff? Cold. In some NFL playoff games this weekend, it will be cold and snowy. The Dallas Cowboys are happy that's not the case for them. And Fox sideline reporter Erin Andrews, perhaps for a number of reasons, seems to be happy with her weekend assignment. Andrews, the network's top talent in her category, probably most likes the idea of being here on Sunday to cover a playoff clash between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers because it's a landmark game, as Dallas events usually are. And that's probably why, when Fox confirmed that it will be sending its broadcast team to Dallas for the Cowboys vs. Packers game, that's Kevin Burkhardt with Greg Olsen in the booth, Andrews made it clear that she's quite happy with this latest assignment. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news about your team. Thank you.